Hey guys, welcome to vlog day number 9. Now we're going to be climbing up this tour today and having a little look around Sheepstor village. So let's get started. Now this is really dangerous, so if you do start climbing on these rocks, I really would suggest you take a friend and you always make sure you've got wellies on. If it gets wet, you've got suitable clothing and you are just generally prepared, because if you have an accident you could be stuck out here. We're quite far up to the Sheepstor now. I'm literally just trying to get my way to the top if we can find anything else to do. It's pretty rainy out here and the clouds are quite low, so it's pretty bad for photography, but just made it to the top pretty much. We're making the final few steps up there. As you can see, the mist has come in because we're getting quite high up now, but it's amazing up here, really peaceful, and on a good summer's day, it's beautiful. If you do actually come out here on one of these days, if you check down here, you can see it's really wet. So I strongly advise that you bring some wellies and make sure you've got all of the right equipment with you. And on tours, guys, because the rocks have fallen down off the top, I'd really like you all to be really careful with holes like this. Now this can be really dangerous. If you get your foot trapped and you slip, you can break your ankle. If you're out here alone, you know, you could be up here for a couple hours, which is a devastating thing to happen. You can see it's pretty bare out here on this store, but you do get the occasional tree. This is in amongst all these really big rocks. Now, you don't get many trees out here, but this one seems to have survived. On Sheepstor, there is a lot more sheep. A lot of them are just staring at me. They don't get many visitors up here in winter, I don't assume, so they seem a little bit confused. It's really quite nice. Rocks, it's just carving its way through. How beautiful. Stream just disappears straight into the wall, goes across into someone's farm, which would be absolutely lovely. So usually all of this is covered in ferns, which is really nice because at the moment the ferns are dead, so we can actually walk around this section a little bit. Just before we leave the tour, I'd like to show you this kind of abandoned ruins. Now, you can see there, they've incorporated some of the really big rocks from the tour to build this structure. It's not a huge structure, but it seems to have been some sort of house slash kind of farmyard. But it's still quite fun to walk around and have a look around, you know, see all the different things they've got. I'd say this section here must have been probably the house, because it's nice, small and rectangular. You've got maybe like another house there. Obviously over there it looks like maybe stables for some sheep or horses. And then this big section would probably be the grazing ground slash, you know, place to keep all of the sheep and wildlife safe from some of the predators out there, because there might have actually been some predators still on Dartmoor when this place was first built. So just have a little look at this stream over this section. You know, it's not much, but this is a lot of what Dartmoor is. Nice and boggy, you know, you don't want to get stuck in that. It can be quite deadly, but quite nice if you've got your wellies and you're prepared. Beautiful place to walk around, really tranquil, and you're not gonna get disturbed by many people when you're out here, because not many people go to the time to prepare for this kind of stuff, because, you know, it's just not not that big of an issue. So you see here, that is really dangerous. If you walk through there and you get stuck, you start sinking, you have some serious issues. It's really what I love about these walls. These big rocks, they can't have moved them very far from the tour, must have settled down here and realised there's enough rocks to build your wall and settle in quite nicely. But you know, it's amazing that they probably left the biggest rocks just there and built around them. This is a quick comparison of one of the kind of later walls, I believe it is. Now you can see it's a lot smaller rocks, and a lot of the time they haven't got those big rocks at the bottom. Let's go and have a look a little bit. So just to show you a little bit of Sheepstor village, this is the actual church now. It's not as old as the first one I showed you.